GM, what's up everybody? My name's Josh Gordon. I'm here to bring you the Crypto Weekly Recap. I do this every single Friday talking about Web3, crypto, NFT news of the week. So let's dive in. But before we do so, I was just sitting here about to click record on this video and I was feeling lucky. Lucky that I get to talk about topics that interest me so much for a job, like getting to talk about crypto, researching, engaging with you all online. Like, it's a true joy of mine. So I just wanted to say thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting this channel. And like, it's crazy. Everybody who believes in like crypto right now, like really you're part of a movement. You're a pioneer. You're trying something new. And if you're here and you've made it this long through like the crash of 2017 to 2018, like you survived the bear market, you rode the bull wave up in 2021, you've seen scams and hacks and phishing attempts, like we've seen market dips and craziness, like you've seen it all. And if you're still around right now, salutes to you, hats off to you. There's a ASAP Rocky quote or like video online somewhere of him saying something along the lines of, "Since when did it become uncool to try?" And I think like trying is something that's such a characteristic of everyone involved right now in Web3, is like we're all trying new things, new ideas, new ways of doing business and commerce and community. And I think that's cool. I've always been someone who tries new things, whether it's places I'm living, relationships, hobbies, jobs. We live one life, and getting to try and go outside your comfort zone is just an amazing thing. So that was a quick prequel to today's crypto recap. I felt like I wanted to get that off my chest because it was something I was reflecting on. Shout out to you for trying. Try something new in crypto this week. That's my challenge for you. Use a dApp you've never used before. Send a transaction to a friend, even if it's for $5 instead of a Venmo. Like, try something new. That's how we're all going to learn and evolve. So let's get into the news, crypto recap style. Let's do it. Story number one, gotta talk about the merge. The merge is officially scheduled for mid-September. The dates right now are looking like it could be on September 15th or 16th. It's interesting how when you schedule these code updates on the blockchain, it's not based on like a predetermined exact time and date. It's by block transaction. So we can forecast how many blocks are going to be transacted by a certain time. And right now it's looking to be that September 15th, 16th timeframe. I'm sure we'll see many more updates as we get closer and that timeline gets much more clear. So there are three test nets. There were three testing phases of the merge. The first one was on Ropsten, then it was on Sepolia, and today they finally finished the Goerli merge. So that was the last remaining test net that needed to go successful for the merge to officially be greenlit, and it was a success. So the merge is going from proof of work to proof of stake, and it will significantly reduce Ethereum's energy consumption. It's going to bring the network one step closer to long-term scalability, security, and sustainability goals. Sharding is on the 1-year timeline of the roadmap. So this is good news to see. Everyone who supports Ethereum is feeling pretty good right now about the updates to come. Now, still, you know, when the official merge happens, there's always a chance that unforeseen errors are going to need to be addressed. Hot fixes are going to need to be deployed. But right now, things are looking smooth. Story number two, we're going to talk about Polygon. So Polygon released some stats this week that were pretty mind-blowing. So Polygon had 37,000 decentralized apps released on the network. They are up 400% in dApps on the network this year. So the number of decentralized apps on the Ethereum scaling platform Polygon is going crazy. Like, it's worth noting that this number includes apps on the testnet and the mainnet. So I'm sure that there's a lot of dApps deployed on the testnet as teams are trying to get things right. So the amount of true live applications is a little bit lower than 37,000, but regardless, that's a fantastic number to see. So the CEO of Polygon released some more information on his Twitter. I thought these were some pretty cool stats to share. He said dApp usage on Polygon has seen more than 142 million unique addresses and 5 billion assets secured. So 142 million unique addresses, that's a ton. You know, obviously those aren't all unique people. There are many people who might have multiple addresses, but we're seeing these numbers increase. I mean, maybe a couple years ago, you were talking about the thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands, and now we're talking about the hundreds of millions. So things are scaling. Polygon's doing great, and they said they had 1.6 billion transactions processed on the network to date. So Unstoppable Domains is a huge partner of Polygon, supportive of everything they're doing. So love to see this ecosystem growing. The third story, we're going to talk about Tornado Cash, which is a mixing service for crypto. And this week, the US Treasury blacklisted it. They said you cannot use Tornado Cash or you may be subject to criminal punishment. So on Monday of this week, the US Treasury Department's Office of Foreign Assets Control, that's OFAC, always an acronym with the government, took this unprecedented step of sanctioning the Tornado Cash, this token anonymizer. So they said all US persons are barred from interacting with the smart contract, and you could face penalties that are usually reserved for terrorist financiers or mob bosses if you're not in compliance. And the reason being is the OFAC office believes that a lot of criminal activity is happening on Tornado, and there is no doubt that some transactions are being sent to Tornado Cash to mix so that they can wash this money clean and send it to a new wallet. But people have been investigating this, and it's only a percentage of transactions on Tornado are actually illicit activity. There are many true reasons why someone might want to, or not just true, but non-criminal reasons why someone might want to use Tornado Cash. But we saw this week an anonymous user sent a slew of Tornado Cash transactions to high-profile Ethereum addresses, and they were almost like trolling this ruling, because truth is, like, no one can stop people from interacting with this smart contract, and no one can stop incoming transactions coming to their wallet. This is almost considered like spam in some instances. I mean, yeah, they are getting sent free money, but it's also spam. They didn't ask for this money to be sent to them. But we saw the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, Jimmy Fallon, Puma's Ethereum address. We even saw Beeple and Dave Chappelle. They all got sent small amounts of ETH from Tornado Cash during this kind of like statement. And so technically, they would now be implicated, but we know that they weren't using the platform. They were just involved in someone proving a point like, hey, you can rule this as illegal, but you can't stop people from receiving transactions from it. It is worth noting that Tornado Cash's code is open source, but while that might mean you can clone the repository and stand up a new instance of Tornado Cash, somewhere else, there's something called like shredding private keys. So Tornado Cash shredded their private key upon creation, which means they can't go in and tamper with the funds in the pool. So even if someone cloned this repo, it's still not 100% trustworthy. You would have to make sure the private keys are burned and shredded. And so we'll see what happens if people are even going to try to do this going forward. All right, let's talk about some Unstoppable Domains news. We got two big things to call out this week. One, we announced reverse resolution. So I put out a video on how to set up your reverse resolution. Super easy. It's like 5 steps. You can do it in under 30 seconds, and it turns your wallet address into your human readable name, and it makes sure dApps are presenting your NFT domain name on their website. So this makes Web3 more personal. Web3 is all about ownership, and the user experience can be clunky when you're using a wallet address. And so we believe NFT domains make Web3 easier and more personal by replacing your wallet address with your human readable NFT domain name. So reverse resolution is an answer for that. It allows apps, wallets, games, metaverses to show your unstoppable domain instead of your wallet address. So go into your profile, enable reverse resolution for your primary domain, and it will be cool to use that identity as you scroll the web. So love seeing this feature. And I personally set my reverse resolution to oxjosh.nft. That's what I'm repping on Twitter too. The second Unstoppable Domain story I got to give a shout out to is about Ramp. So it's a partner we announced this week. Now, millions of users rely on Ramp services for an easy way to buy crypto from their favorite blockchain dApps. Now, we have a very similar mission to Ramps. It's all about breaking down complexity in crypto. So we've partnered up with Ramp to make transacting with and accessing and buying crypto easier by replacing your wallet addresses with your NFT domain name. So Ramp Network has now integrated Unstoppable. If you're a user of Ramp Network, definitely think about getting an Unstoppable domain name. It will make sending and receiving crypto via the Ramp Network much easier. So love to see this integration. Shout out to the whole team over there at Ramp. All right, let's talk about the community member of the week. I want a drum roll in your head this week. I want to give a shout out to itsphil.nft. Now, Phil works at Unstoppable Domains. He's a friend of mine, but is also a part of the UD fam with his NFT domain name, itsphil.nft. Now, if you don't know Phil, he does business dev, creates content, helps run our Women of Web3 group, and he makes fun Twitter content. He's an artifact truther. So I just want to give a shout out to Phil for all the work he's doing behind the scenes and on the front lines on social media. Phil, you're crushing it. UD fam loves you. Thanks for all the work you're putting in. NFT Project of the Week. Now, this one's a little interesting. It's not quite an NFT project, but it is a Web 2 project that's experimenting with NFTs, and it's Spotify. So we saw on Spotify this week that they are testing a feature out to allow artists to link their NFT collections from their Spotify profiles to like OpenSea and whatnot. So I thought that was a super cool feature to test. I think about NFTs when it comes to musicians as revenue streams. So I put out a tweet about this. You've got streaming, concerts, merch, publishing, like royalties, and NFTs are another form of revenue stream. So Spotify already allows artists to connect to merch and concert tours for like tickets. So NFT collections feel like a really natural evolution in this revenue stream process. So love to see Spotify integrating that. Music NFTs soon? We'll find out. All right, that's it for this week's Crypto Weekly Recap. Thanks for sticking with me. Again, thanks for having the vision and believing in crypto and in Web3. Let me know if you like this video, leave a comment and like it. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Find me on Twitter at JustWavyJ. I go by oxjosh.nft. Let's have a chat. Let me know what other stories you're seeing in crypto this week. There's so much, I can't cover it all, but these were the stories that I found personally interesting and meaningful for the market. So with that, I'll see you next Friday. See you in the metaverse. Peace out.